Hello my fellow tankers, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Tsunami Blitz, and today I want to give you a showcase on the M4A1 Revalorise. It is a very good tank. If you really like mediums and you really like Shermans, it's the tank for you. It has probably the best alpha for a medium tank in tier 8. It has one of the most accurate guns in tier 8. It has not the greatest mobility, and it doesn't have that great of armor. It's basically a Sherman. So if you really like Shermans and you want to play Shermans in a higher tier, the Revalorise is your tank. It has a 350 alpha gun with a solid penetration, 210 on its AP, and on its high explosive it has 275. So it's around, the normal. High explosive is 58. It doesn't get much more on its high explosive damage, so it's not really worth using the HE rounds. And its speed is top speed is 48. Its reverse speed is 18. Its average speed is 35. Power to rate ratio is 18.7. Has solid weight. Turret turn rate is 51, so it's around the average of a Sherman. You really can't expect more. It does have basically everything a Sherman has. So if you do happen to see it show up in store, I highly recommend getting it. It is, as you will see in this replay and the next replay, that its gun accuracy at a distance is great. Velocity could be a little bit better, but it definitely holds up in tier 8. So you don't have to worry. The alpha definitely makes up for the lack of armor. And I don't recommend using it frontline. It's not a frontline tank. So if you play it like a Sherman, be a little sneaky, use your front hull armor with a 10 degrees of gun depression, you will get nice bounces off the top of the turret, because it does have that nice sloped front, kind of like the nose above the mantle. Gets nice bounces off that. Always kind of turn it so you get the maximum bounce angle off the front hull when you are on a hill. In this match, I had played about 40 matches already, and my wrist and my hands were getting tired, so I was kind of messing up a lot, trying my best to get some damage in and win the match for the team, and really try to focus on the targets that were not paying attention or didn't see me. Some of my shots, obviously, they bounce. I mean, you're gonna miss a few here and there with every tank, regardless of your aim, because RNG is not your friend in this game most of the time. Like that bounce right there. I wasn't using the heat, I don't believe, so I don't see why that bounced. Could have been he moved right at the right moment. But the pen is standard with the medium tanks in its tier. I like to run it more of a distance shooter than a close range shooter, but I do run it close up as much as I can at the end of a battle, never the beginning. I never rush in. Shermans are not made for that. They're made to be that sneaky little flank around tank, pop a shot off, track in place as well. Those are the kind of things Shermans are good at. Now I like to run it with calibrated shells to get that little extra heat pen, as well as get a little bit more pen overall on AP HE rounds. I usually run, I don't run camo net because it doesn't really make much of a sense. I like to have the V range, as I like to play it as a sniper. I also run improved modules, supercharger, improved assembly, engine accelerator, You find a gun for that little extra accuracy at the distance. You don't need these, but I run enhanced tracks and consumable delivery system, which gives me a quicker consumable cooldown time, so I can use my adrenaline more frequently. I'm going to get into this replay a little bit while we're here and see how well this tank performs as a sniper. Now, you see the Tiger completely unaware of me, and the IS on the hill, another tank completely unaware that I'm even over here. Tiger 2 doesn't last very long in this match. This is a very good spot. I don't see many players go to this spot. And if they are, they usually light tanks and never medium, but it's a very solid medium position if you happen to go this place in the beginning of the match, because you get these nice vantage points of the hill. I've been doing this a lot lately on this map. When I go, when this map does come up, I do tend to go to the spot first now, because it gives you a nice vantage point of B, and it gives you a vantage point as well on the other bases as well, especially on base C. Now I already dealt 2,000 damage, and we're already about 3 minutes into the match, and I start noticing that the tanks are mostly on this side of the map. And they're starting to hide behind the hill, because most of them I've dealt some sort of HP damage to them in some way, shape, or form. And they're hiding. Makes sense. So I am now going around and flanking. And most of the team, except for the T49, I believe the T49 is up around the corner behind me. You'll see him pop up in a second, which he does nail a nice shot off into the back of my tank. That's what happens when most of your team, focus fires other players instead of, being aware of what other tanks are around them. Let's see. Yep, right over here. T49 the Scourge. Hope for those bounces, but it happens. I was lucky it wasn't a max roll and I didn't get slammed for the whole damage and get sent back to the garage early. That would have been fun. Now, the funny thing is for some reason, my controls were just going wonky on me for some reason, and I kind of got stuck there in the spot for a second. And on top of that, I also thought that we finished the match, and then I was like, oh, no victory screen, so it's funny, I just sat there and I was like, oh crap, I'm blocking this guy. It wouldn't have mattered. It was a pretty clean sweep match. The team didn't have much of a chance against us. Once we took out most of those heavies that were on the hill, we really didn't stand a chance. Now the Pantera, I don't know if he meant to go down this hill or down to the bridge, but he obviously didn't make it to where he wanted to, I don't think, because he's now in the water, stuck there, and now he's just getting spot sniped by basically everyone. And I get the kill shot right there, and the match is over. Now, I played about 130, no, because I played some raiding battles, about 130 battles in this tank, and most of my damage is about 2,000 to 3,000 damage, so it's a solid performing tank. Highly recommend getting it. If you like my content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can actually get my videos when they release. And I will post as many videos as I can with new content and new series in the future, so stay tuned. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.